You came here for the conversation, right?
It's going down. It's crazy.
Well, let me be clear. Nothing is off the table. We bring it to you raw and uncut. This is Never Play Yourself, the podcast.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yo, it's your boy P4 with another episode of Never Play Yourself. What it do? What's good, yo?
Man, what's up with you?
I got my boy Morris Austin in the building, guest host for the show. What's up, man?
Man, fresh from Mexico, imported in.
Boy, I can see you got a little.
Yeah.
You got
I was out
little
there fried.
Like you missed the whole.
I did.
The whole.
There was no
shea butter. You didn't use none of that. You just
straight bacon.
Right. You see, you need another coat.
I do.
Okay.
You know they say the darker, the berry, right?
I'm not dark skinned.
All right, so we're gonna table that.
Okay. All right, no problem, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
We're not gonna start a war, light skin, dark skin.
No, we're not. Yeah, we ends 2022. So
what?
See, there you go. We're gonna table that.
Okay, all right.
You know, I just appreciate you coming on the show, filling in for our boy TJ, the kid. You know, shout out to TJ.
T-Jizzle.
You know, he had to go, take care of some business. Mm-hmm. But, I got my man here. You know, we're gonna rock it out. We got some special guests in here.
Special.
If you don't know, if you be on YouTube University, you should know. Mm-hmm. But if you don't know, I got the host from Culturalist Theory in the building.
Hey, what's happening?
What up?
What's going on?
Can't call it, man. We appreciate the invite, bro.
For sure.
Thanks for showing up, man. I was like, man, they Hollywood. And I didn't know if they was gonna show up.
You when you sent me the packet, I was like, who you interviewing? You interviewing them?
Right. I was like, but they hit back, and I was like, oh, they actually hit back. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. So I appreciate y'all showing up, man.
Absolutely.
And, being on the show, and just we gonna definitely talk about the culture, man.
Absolutely.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, let's do it.
But for people who don't know, this guy Miss QB.
Yep.
And CJ Williams over here.
Absolutely.
And let's just start from the beginning, man. Like, how did y'all come up with this whole platform?
Man, it's a baby at this point. We started in February this year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Man, I personally am a big fan of channels like Looper, Watch Mojo. They do the countdown type, top 10 this, top 15 that, but they don't really cover our type of content. Right. You know what I mean? There's a 100 list on Elvis, but it ain't one on Pop. You know what I'm saying? Right. So instead of complaining about it, we like, let's do something about it. So we started Culturalist Theory, man, like creative countdowns, lists, and rankings from hip hop and R&B, man, from the 90s to present. So that was the whole genesis of it, man, just trying to build a platform and show it from our side of the spectrum, right, and not always somebody else's.
Right. And I just want to say, look, I love the whole 106 Park thing there. Yeah, for sure. It gives me kind of like some throwbacks, some kind of feel I can relate to, because I was
we might have got a little inspiration from what just a tad. You might see it. Obviously, we have a male and female host because but it's been a lot of fun to come up with different types of countdowns just to give people more exposure to the culture, different artists, different time periods that they might not be familiar with.
Yeah, so I was just like, man, this is dope, because when I first checked it out, I think it was a clip on Instagram and Explore page, and I'm heavy into music, so I was just like, all right, cool, because we don't have like countdown shows no more, and I miss those. I mean, I would at least like to see a rerun or something where they just have a channel where they just run it back, but you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, okay, and it caught my attention. It was like, oh. Okay, so they got a whole list of, and then I like how deep y'all go into it. Like, y'all really did your research when you go into artists. So does it like take time? How long does it take for y'all just to go?
Nah, most of it's like we just freestyle it.
Yeah, ain't no way. Yeah, nah, man. It's like the thing is, we try to pick artists that we're at least already deeply familiar with. Like you'll see lists, at least the first out the gate, like Wayne's. I'm big on No Limit personally, so you see a couple of No Limit lists, but that's because I listened to them religiously back in the day, so there's already a strong familiarity with it, but still you want to revisit them and you want to listen to them and then match up some little known tidbits that you may or may not have known. So that takes time, and just writing, man. So we need help. So we got some writers on the squad, thankfully.
Okay.
Cause man, just
shout out to them.
Absolutely, man. Us trying to do it ourselves, we won't be able to grow. The ceiling is limited that way.
Right. I know it can be challenging when you're trying to do everything yourself.
It's tough.
You need some extra people around you. So I can imagine.
Because we're trying to build it out, bro, to do more than music. But that's another. We'll talk about that when we get to the future plans, though.
Okay. So I like that to hear that.
Excited about that.
Right.
My mind is already going in several directions.
Yeah. For sure.
Think about our minds. Like, we got a lot of content ideas, like CJ said, but slow and steady wins the race. So we're trying to slowly build it. Like you said, we got a team of writers. We're excited about it.
Yeah.
So how long does it take to do an episode? Or do y'all call it episodes? Or
yeah, for sure. We can call them episodes. You mean just from start to finish, like literally writing?
Yeah, if you just do, man,
I would say it take a couple of hours to write it. I would just say somebody got 10 albums. We'll keep it like that length. And like, it probably take about cumulatively about 3 hours to write it, you know what I mean? And then, we try to batch the episodes at once. We edit them a bunch at a time. We record them a bunch at a time. And then it don't take long to chop them up, though. That's pretty easy. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of a process. But when you try to put them out every week, and we're trying to level up and do more than one a week. Like, we want to get to the point where it's multiple videos a day. Right. You know what I mean? But first, we got to get to twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when that's where the help comes in the team and the squad. So it's a process. You know what I mean? It's a process for sure.
Yeah, especially if you do have to go back and revisit those albums. The writing itself can take like 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on how many albums you have. But to actually go back and listen to all 10, just to make sure your ranking is on point, that you can justify your list and justify why you put something at number 2 instead of number 1 or something that's last on the list. You want to make sure that you give people something that they can respect, even if they don't agree, that they can respect the list. So that takes time to make sure you're not just trolling the culture just to be doing it.
Because we tired of that too. We tired of people trolling them.
So when y'all come do the writing, I mean, or is it just based off of YouTube, or is it just the whole team come up with, okay, we come together and feel like this should be 1, 2, or 3, or is it just?
Nah, it's typically on the person. They're depending on who's writing it. There may be a little bit of editing if we kind of look at it and go, let's change this up to this or this to that. But usually, man, if it's somebody that I'm not super familiar with, because like, bro, I grew up I tried to listen to everything, and I'm reading this is CD days, y'all, so the youngsters might be like, what are you talking about? But back in the day, we used to have CDs and tapes, and I would read the books, and I'm reading the sources in the XXL, so like a lot of this stuff I'm super familiar with, so like I try to take pride in getting an accurate list. And you know what I mean? Like basing it on fact, even if I know people may not agree, at least like she said, it can be justified. Nobody's trolling or reaching, you know what I'm saying? But for the people that I'm not familiar with, I'll phone a friend quick and be like, yo, take a look at this, bro. Like if I know my man is heavy in the pock, or you know what I mean? Right. I'm like, yo, take a look at this and talk to me. And I'll phone a friend quick. Like I ain't tripping on that.
Cool. What about you?
She off the dome with it.
Off the dome with it?
I just throw them up in the air and like however they land, I'm like, that looks about right. So I'm gonna go with that. But it's like we're saying, we try to be objective about it, even if it's our own opinion, that we try to take into account what the impact was at the time, the relevance that it still has today, their sales, maybe their awards that they might have gotten or should have gotten, and just really try to give somebody something that's objective, like I said, and something that's justifiable. But most of the time it is either our own opinions or, like you said, a consensus with a phone or friend.
Yeah. You try to take into account the impact of the culture too. Like there's some points we try to hit, and it's not just my opinion. Because if it was just my opinion, then things will look a little. Because sometimes, like a Kendrick Lamar, for example, right? Like a lot of people look at his, like To Pimp a Butterfly as his best joint. I personally am not a big fan of it because of the production. I'm just not a fan of jazz. It's just a little bit before my time. I never really got into it. And so that album on my personal list may look different from how I know the culture receives it. You know what I'm saying? And where it is in terms of most other people. I'm in the minority when it comes to that personally. So the list may...
You're not alone.
Okay. Well,
I'm with you.
it didn't really move
it's not
like that.
It did. It had some songs on there, but it wasn't.
Hey, but according to the world, like that's people would probably have that as his number one.
Yeah,
really,
arguably.
I was gonna say, and we don't always get it, quote unquote, right. There are people who will like say this is completely wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how's the comments.
The comments go nuts.
But that's probably where y'all thrive.
Yeah, for sure.
Like y'all got somebody in the office like going back at these. Oh, y'all just do it yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all got time.
You make time. It's
Said,
like,
I got time today. Oh, and he
17
talking about my
minutes
shirt.
over.
Oh man.
or not talking about my shirt. I spent on this shirt.
Yeah, hey, hold on. That's Jeezy. Hey, I had on. No, hold on.
I just watched that.
Hey, that Atlanta Thrashers jersey I had on, I brought that out the freezer. They don't even play here no more. And then nobody say nothing about my damn jersey. I feel some type of way, man.
They
Somebody
know about
comment
the
for me real quick on that Jeezy about my jersey. That shit was fire.
Let's go.
But no, the comments go nuts though. And at first, I speak for myself. I took them a certain way because I ain't really used to like, you know what I'm saying? Because people are jumping there and say, "Wow, shit."
Yes.
It's like it'd be super unwarranted. But for the most part, though, people get the concept of the show, and we're not saying this the end all be all.
Right.
Like it's called Culturalist Theory for a reason because that's our opinion.
They don't read.
Everybody, I know you're right. No, that's
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Adults don't read. That's a fact. But you know, so at first I was kind of like, huh? But then for the most part, again, it's overwhelmingly positive. It's just every once in a while somebody they'll go too hard. I just won't make sense. They'll be like, I could tell he young because he said, I was like, well, I'm 40. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can tell he not from the South. I'm like, huh? I am.
Right.
What do you? So some just don't be making sense. But other than that, it'd be cool, man. It's fun.
Yeah, I like the community that we're building because it's overwhelmingly, like you said, it's positive. You'll get people every now and then who will troll us, or like somebody just told me, "Oh, your voice sounds like grating on a chalkboard or something." I mean, what you want me to do? That's how I speak. I really can't change much on that. And so it's like, okay, well,
I would
you
hit
still
back.
watched it though?
Right. Thanks for the look. For the watch.
What?
Oh, I'm gonna have time for that.
We make special time for them.
But other than that, it's like a lot of the comments stay focused on the music. They stay focused on the list. They stay in. You know, it's not necessarily a lot of back and forth. They might say, "Oh, you were wrong about this. How you have this at number 2 instead of number 1?" But it's like, it's a theory. So, you know, it just is what it is.
Y'all have the type of content that you can go to work and you can be chilling by the, I guess you can say, water cooler. That's corporate.
That break room talk.
But we can be in the break room and be like, "Hey, y'all catch the episode. What y'all think?" And then it keeps conversations flowing at the job. And they're like, "Man, what y'all talking about? Man, y'all ain't seeing the countdown." And then you forwarding, you sharing. That's the great thing about it.
That's what's up, man. That's really good feedback because that's part of the goal. Like I feel like hip hop is and R&B is special because we talk discographies. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the conversation all the time. You know what I mean? Like man, T.I. or Kanye's or you know whoever it may be. So that's a special. I think untapped area that we hadn't really seen on a consistent basis. Yeah. Like you can look up some discography videos and there may be one here and a one off there, but there's no channel dedicated to this type of thing that we found for our culture and we felt like it was missing. So man, that's good feedback. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I would definitely say that. Particularly for R&B too. Yeah, you might get some barbershop talk here and there, but like you said, there's not a channel dedicated. But specifically for R&B, where you don't, it's very few and far between where you're going to find somebody talking about a Tony Braxton discography or something like that.
True.
Exactly.
True that.
These conversations don't come up until a versus drop.
Exactly.
Right.
That's a good point.
And now you starting to be like, "Oh man, you know Tony gonna kill." You know.
That's a good point.
Right.
Then you want to run everything back.
Exactly.
Right.
We already have a cheat sheet, guys. So just tap in, make sure you subscribe.
Right. So, with the break room talking this, that, and the other, is it just like, oh man, we can push this forward to a bigger platform?
100%. That's been the goal since day one. We've been plotting it. We were plotting it summertime 2021 to launch in 2022 with the idea in mind of where it could go, like best case scenario, in-game type stuff. Because like just me personally, I believe in planning from that space. and then working backwards, and then how do you get the path to that goal? So the end game looks ridiculous and probably would sound ridiculous based on where we are today, but we have a roadmap to get there though. So it's a lot.
So stay right there in that vein right there. I always like to get in the minds of creatives. As a creative, let's talk about that incubation period before y'all even launch. Before it was launch day, premiere time. What's that time frame looking like until you get up to there? Did y'all have to sit with this for like, man, we done sat on this thing for a year. It's time to launch.
Right? Was you nervous? Were you like nervous about it? Was you subconscious about
it? A little bit. I was.
Yeah.
I mean, we put the date 2/22/22. But we had been working on it since, I like summertime the year before.
Right.
But we had that date though, and that's I'd say to any creative, put a date on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Put a date on it. Don't say next month. Don't say a couple of months. Like put some specifics, so then you have something to work toward. There's a finish line that you can see, or at least a starting point. And so that's what we did. But it was just like, let's put something on paper.
Right.
Let's see how many topics we can come up with. And how many ideas, and then that'll let us know if we have a good idea. And
exactly. If we have a viable product or not. Because CJ's been in his podcast game for a while now. And so he might not have been sitting on this specific idea, but definitely he's got a lot of ideas that are in his mind. And so when he decided, like, let's collaborate on this, and he was like, hey, how many ideas can you come up with for this? And it was like, at least 20.
Yeah.
Like,
off the dome. That's off the dome though. And so it was like, okay, wait a minute. So then you got 20. I just thought of 20. And so that's almost a year's worth if we do it weekly. And then we sat down and thought about it some more, and we just threw up all these video ideas. Like, then I think we can make this work then.
Right. And then, like you said, the date informs the plan. Yeah. And the plan informs the date. And so we just kept going back and forth until we had something concrete. We're able to get into a studio and shoot. And decided to put it out. Our first week, we did 3 videos, launched with 3 videos, and then started doing every week 1 video.
Yep. And the No Limit one, man,
you did 2, right? Yeah, you did 2.
We did 3 No Limit joints, 97, 98, 99.
Okay.
And because, again, I grew up on No Limit, and that's the one, No Limit 98 ranked is the one that took off first. That one... And we had an idea that it would, just for the fact that that's a niche audience that I feel is underserved.
Right.
One, because I am part of that audience, you feel me? And I'm like, man, ain't no limit talk. So when we did that, ranking the 23 albums that came out in 1998 from No Limit, man, that went crazy. And so that brought a lot of attention. And the algorithm was working in our favor with that one. So that brought a lot of eyes to the channel.
Yeah.
That was one of the earlier joints.
Because it was either that... Which one you did too? It was Cash Money, right?
Yeah, we did Cash Money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was 90s. We did 96 to 03 because that's when Juvenile first album and Juvenile last album on Cash Money.
Right.
So we was like, well, we'll run with those parameters as Cash Money. You could go a little later. Why would you want to do that? You could go a little earlier, but some underground stuff people not be familiar with.
Right.
So we just stuck in that lane, and that one did pretty well too. People like the long form stuff, man. I know we talk about people's attention span being short and XYZ, and it is, but we get the most comments on the longer form, 15, 16 album joints. And when we drop something with 5, they like, man, that was a layup. You know what I'm saying?
Where's the rest?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, we did 50 Cent. He only had 5 albums. They're like, man, come on, that was easy.
Right.
They want like something with 15, 16 albums. I'm like, okay.
I already knew what was number 1. The rest of it is just like, okay.
Yeah.
How we gonna get there?
Yeah.
It's so much to unpack. Like you said, it's like people. Yeah, I used to say that all the time. Like, man, what happened to our attention span?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it's folks out there that will watch an hour-long podcast.
Yeah. I'm not doing 3 though.
3
Shout out to
hours?
Joe Budden. I'm not doing 3 hours.
Exactly.
That too. I'm just gonna give me the clips.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it that long.
But they just did a 3-hour one.
With Jeezy, I think, right?
It's another person.
I'm sorry.
He was gonna talk about.
I'm sorry.
Your boy did a 3-hour and like 50 minutes or something like that.
We'll get to that.
Every time
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
I know watching your countdowns that it does make me go like, oh, I forgot about that album. I would specifically say the one you did about Fabulous. I forgot about one of. I was like, oh, when did he come out with that one? And I said, oh, I forgot about that. You know, and it kind of make you just go back, get in the car and play it back and be like, oh, okay.
I love that.
Yeah, right. That's what we want, man.
Sometimes I be like, yeah, reason why I forgot about that.
Exactly. That's a fact.
That's a reason.
Started skimming through all the songs like, I do remember that.
Yeah,
I did not like it.
Yep. There's a reason. So yeah, I think that, you know, y'all bring that to the table. It makes people just go back and believe it or not, you probably helping out album sales or something like that, some streaming.
Yeah.
What?
Because people going back be like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, especially if we listening to them too leading up to it, because that happens to us. We'll listen back and I'm like, now I forgot about that. That was my shit. Now I'm running the streams up on Fab on one of his songs or albums because I done forgot my damn self. So, but that's good because that was the whole point of trying to get that nostalgic feeling. The same reason we went with the 106 logo or inspired logo. You know what I mean? Same reason, bro. To try to tap into that old oh shit, I forgot about that because people attach places and time periods with songs.
True.
And so that's what we want to kind of tap into that, man. Bring that back.
Yes.
Exactly. Even like coming home after school to listen to catch 106 in Park or TRL or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to be in the know, like to know what the countdown was.
Yeah.
So.
Cause didn't they bring back TRL? I think it's on.
I think they tried.
Yeah, I feel like they tried it, but it didn't catch on. Like, it's too much stuff that's on demand for people to sit there and wait.
Absolutely. Yeah, it ain't no point. You can pull up a music video anytime you want to.
Exactly.
That's true. Look, you know, I was a heavy person that used to watch music videos all the time, man. Like before you could just really stream them on a regular basis. I used to buy them off my iPhone. I would spend that $2 and watch that video.
Sure.
You was spending that money?
Yeah, it was.
Right. $2 ain't even $2 no more. That was
don't judge me.
I ain't judging you.
Yeah, man. Look, I it's been years since I've done it because I don't have to do it anymore. Because you got, you know, you got Tidal. You can just pull it up now. But if you go to my cloud, yeah, they in there.
That's what's up.
They in there because you had other places like Kazaa or Napster. You can just download it and
throwback term.
I know.
Boy,
Was it LimeWire?
Yeah, for sure.
You used to download them and you know what I'm saying?
I never did that though.
Yeah, of course not.
I buy all my music. I bought every single song.
Smell cap.
no piracy over here.
No piracy.
Yeah,
none.
Don't come get her.
Don't get her.
Actually, I kicked off the internet when I was in college for a song. And I still remember the song. It was Rihanna's Unfaithful, and they caught me, turned my internet right off.
That's that one too, though.
Couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
That was that shit.
No, it really was.
They did that. I was on college. They did that too, but I had to always go back to the tech support people. Had them turn it back on.
Yeah.
They made us sign and everything. It was like, okay.
Quick to turn it off, turn the internet out. Yeah.
Days over now. Now it's everywhere.
Right.
Now every song you could want to listen to is available.
But you know what? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you be looking for, you know, certain albums. I'll give you a prime example. Genuine. Genuine. One of his albums is you cannot stream.
It's on YouTube.
I know it's on YouTube, but I don't.
You want it? Yeah.
I don't want to have to go through YouTube and the commercials.
That's true.
See,
that's a good point. They'll make you pay for it. You don't pay for it.
You want to pay, don't you?
I'm already paying for it.
He said you want to pay, right?
He's a paymaster over here.
I'm already paying for Tidal. And
I was looking for a song just the other day, and I can only find the edited version.
I hate when that happens. That's the worst.
Can't live like
Boosie
that.
set it off. On Apple Music, I cannot find the uncut set it off.
you had to probably go to YouTube.
That's
Ask Boosie to send it to you.
It upsets me.
yeah. That ain't. Don't let Boosie know that. He gonna go crazy.
But he gonna get on.
Hey, listen.
He gonna go live right now.
Right.
Man, or he gonna go on Vlad and talk about you.
True. After what that. But yeah, I hate that, man. So that kind of can block us too if we trying to rank something and it ain't available. It's like, man, like y'all blowing it. But
I had it too, where I find out later that it's available or it's an EP. And I spent all this time listening to it, and I was like, I won't even write EPs.
Yeah. We try to keep it albums only just to keep it structured. We'll do some bonus content sometime with these Christmas projects and mixtape.
Okay.
We're gonna get into the mixtape.
I was just finna go there.
People ask about the mixtapes all the time. We definitely gonna do
once you touch Wayne, I will be glued in the center. Once you touch Wayne,
get them subs up. You know.
Yeah. We already set the goal, man. We try to get 10,000 subs, and we're gonna drop the countdown everybody asking for. So it's
I'm about to ask that. Like, is your request box going crazy?
Oh yeah. People ask, but that helps us too because then we know what people want to hear though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We try to accommodate. You know, people ask a lot, and then they ask for people that got like 20. So some people like, man, E40. I'm like, bro, that's gonna take, it'll take 2 years to listen to hit. You know what I mean? Like,
Too short.
Requested.
Jay.
Yeah.
People want Jay.
Really?
They want that whole,
That's
man.
most requested.
And then I'm gonna tell you that.
Y'all better tread lightly with that.
Is there only one right answer?
Man, I don't know. It's tricky.
It's tricky. Maybe when you get to the top 3, it's
He got
tricky.
some heat though. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
He got some heat.
He even said like his top 3 changes in his own mind. So I think
That's true.
you know you can
But
only
we
do what
talking
you
about
can
the
do.
masses.
You can only do what you can
We ain't talking about him.
do. The masses.
Yeah, we talking about the masses. He might say Kingdom Come his favorite album.
Oh my God! See that we
Where
can't.
we gonna be looking at Jay?
Yeah, we can't do that.
Jay.
You gonna look at him? How you gonna look at him?
Jay.
Jay-Z won't agree with that.
No, we might call him Sean. Hey, Sean.
Sean, right?
Sean.
Sean, please. Okay.
Right.
It's some. That's probably. Who else? What else do we see though?
Nas all the time.
We get Nas.
Yay,
Okay.
J. Cole.
That would be interesting.
Kendrick.
It's the
The
big
usual
dogs.
top,
The
yeah.
The big dogs.
Yeah.
That's why we saving them.
I would just finna say I would save them.
We save 'em.
Because you know what I'm saying. Then they gonna be like, oh, they already. All right, well, you know,
Right.
they didn't already hit them, so already. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got something to build up to. That's why we'll do like a Fat Joe and be like, man, y'all did Fat Joe and didn't do Pac. Yes,
But I'm glad you did Fat Joe. You know because. Hey, I'm not from New York, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was kind of like, okay, I remember that, boy. I really didn't listen to the album.
Yeah.
That made me go back and check it out. Because
Yeah.
sometimes Fat Joe can be slick under the radar.
Nah, that's a fact.
For
Yeah,
sure.
musically for sure. He got some alright projects too. Like, and a lot of people sleep on that. That's another thing. Like, okay, you're gonna gravitate to the ones you're familiar with for sure, but we want people to listen to the ones that maybe they not so familiar with because you might
Right.
get put up on some. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the reason why we pick and choose. And plus, I just felt like doing Fat Joe. So,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we go with how we feel, man. So we don't really just, we've had ideas of doing like, man, should we go like south for a season and then should we do like the West Coast? But then if I don't
I
feel
would say
like
just mix it up.
Yeah, if I don't feel like, because then it becomes predictable a little bit, and we want to kind of keep people on their toes a little bit about what's
Right.
coming up.
And wouldn't necessarily want people to tune out, like you say, if we're doing West Coast and they're like, oh, I was waiting on some Southern shit, and you don't have it.
Yeah.
It's like, or you gotta wait till next year. I gotta wait till next year.
Right, exactly.
Oh, never mind.
Nah,
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, you don't want nobody to turn away.
Nah, man.
So we like mixing it up, keep everybody on their toes, throw some different artists in there, like he said, so that everybody either get put up on some stuff, and it's only 5, 8, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Let us know what's up.
No, that's not bad at all. I did want to ask if I can,
Go ahead.
like the climate right now with the culture. Y'all think it's in good hands? What's the temperature right now? Y'all feeling?
That's a good question.
Because we can go back all day and have a good ass time.
For sure.
But what you think about that culture
I think
right
so.
now?
I think so. I think you got to search though. Like you gotta, like somebody got to put you on something, or you got to go and search for it.
That's what I'm gonna say. It depends on what you're looking for. Like, what kind of hands are you looking for? You looking for a sir? You looking for a her? You looking for,
True.
little baby?
Yeah, like what you looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the radio though.
Oh,
I'll be the first to tell you don't do that.
I never listen to the radio.
Yeah, don't listen to the
I
radio to get put up on nothing.
Never listen to radio.
No.
It's too much content out here.
Bro.
I don't be knowing who's who.
That too. That's what I'm saying.
You got to tell me who this artist is, or
Right.
they gonna all start running. Man, this nigga did drop. Did they just play 5 of his songs back to back?
Exactly.
They all sound alike.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that one long song?
Or yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that you gotta be up on blog sites and stuff like that, and in Facebook groups, and hopefully somebody in your group chat up on game, and they throw some people out there.
Right.
But relying on like the radio and stuff, that ain't it. But I think the culture is fine, man. You know what? Nas said hip hop was dead back in, you know what I'm saying, 07, 08. People thought the sky was falling when Soulja Boy came
The
out.
auto-tune stuff?
Yeah, auto tune.
Yeah.
People thought
It was
it
just
a rap.
change.
Yeah, it was just evolving, man. So I get it. Everybody is not into like the auto tune or the sing songy melodic. You know what I mean? The Thug, Gunna type stuff. But there's always, if you want some bars, there's always bars. There's always some club shit. There's always some trap shit. I feel like there's a lot more now than ever.
Exactly.
Which may or may not be a good
It's
thing.
almost oversaturated.
Yeah, but it's so easily accessible, so you can start to pick and choose what you want. The only thing about that is that you start to drive yourself into a niche where you can't even get out of it. Like your own algorithm is like so narrow that you miss a lot of the stuff that can be good, that could expand your mind, or lead you to a different conclusion about the culture. It's like, oh, well, it's only this type of rap, but that's all you're listening to.
Right.
Yeah, or that's all that's getting thrown in front of you because of previous stuff you don't listen to.
Exactly.
Correct.
So I don't think we're gonna do no AI robot rappers anytime soon. I seen that was on the way, and I was like, yeah, we don't need that. We don't need no computer generated.
Please don't.
We don't.
We don't want that. Ain't it?
When I saw that, I was like, oh, this is what we coming down to.
Yeah, we don't need that. We already got one. Drake can do everything. He already a robot. He already can sing, rap,
everything.
Yeah, he trap.
Oh man,
slow it down. He already a cheat code. We don't need no other one.
That's great. He like a creative player.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, you know what I had started missing the other day? And I stumbled across some Lil Jon and some Crime Mob, some straight up in the club beat your ass music. And then I tried to find it like they ain't got it. Lil Baby ain't got it.
That's true.
Nobody got it.
No.
With a beat, with a stomp a nigga out in the club music.
I don't know.
They don't have that no more.
It's gone.
Well, that's not what they do in the clubs now. If you hear people talking about how the club has evolved, like nobody dances in the club. Everybody has a section.
Yeah.
Like everybody's drinking out the same bottle. So you're not gonna
Point each other mouth. Here you go.
it's my turn.
Yeah.
Driving the boat.
Exactly. So you're not gonna get to stomach clap.
That's true. Tear the club ups.
Yeah, let's tear that. Oh boy.
Look, listen. I don't even think we need that because they so quickly to air it out the place.
You're not even going to a club if they're doing that.
No,
like,
you're not.
Bro, no, I grew up in that culture and I miss it.
We did.
I don't care.
Sounds like a house party to me.
Security at
do
the
that
door.
there.
You know everybody in there. Ain't nobody carrying.
For sure.
Play some Knuck If You Buck.
No.
Come on. Play that?
I couldn't even go to a water balloon party and they play Knuck If You Buck. Literally. I went to this homegirl had a water balloon, water gun fight for her birthday party.
Okay.
And they were playing like R&B 90s type of stuff. And I asked the girl who had the aux, and she was like, yeah, it's to keep the temperature down, because if people are already throwing and you get shot in the face and stuff,
I got you.
You will easily start to fight when you start to the club up. Yes, you. So
got you.
That'd have been good to see though. You should have still did it.
Tell me I don't miss that feeling.
Nah, I love it, man. That high energy
in the car.
And you from Memphis?
I'm in the car.
In the car.
In the headphones.
You don't tell me no 3-6.
I play it all the time,
Memphis
but it's in my head, so it's in the car. In the gym.
We did a 3-6 list too now. Yeah. You know we had to, you know what I'm saying? We got that's on there. I know we got some good.
I went on that Project Pack.
Oh yeah, we got that.
I went on the Project Pack.
We gonna do that too.
Trying to get it in.
You waiting on him before juicing?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because contrary belief, I have my own personal top 5, and Project Pat is my top 5 best rappers in my personal opinion.
For sure.
Okay.
Because I'm from Memphis, so that's where I grew up on.
Yeah. Project Pat shit though.
Can't nobody tell me
who the rest though.
Huh?
Who the rest? Who else in your top 5?
In no particular order. In no particular order. I will say Jay's number 1. I would say if they had to put any number, Jay's number 1. I will, of course, just put Project Pat. I will probably put Tip in there.
Okay.
Don't Shoot Me, Gucci.
For sure.
Gucci would be in there.
Yeah, go shoot.
Yeah, I know they probably in there like, what you mean? What you mean? But man, look, Gucci, man. I'm talking about in my college days, my early 20s.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Gucci, man, had me.
I love Gucci.
And I would say Wayne.
Okay, yeah.
I go all the way back from Black is Hot to Squad Up.
They don't know about that.
I know they don't know about that.
A lot of Southern
SQUAD
Jay-Z, like for what?
Jay-Z crossed barriers though. He ain't just.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying his list 4 out of 5. Right.
I ain't mad at that. I love it.
I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised, but not surprised of your list. But it's your list.
Yeah.
I literally had. I went to, because I'm from Tennessee. I'm from Nashville.
Okay.
So I went to MTSU, and it's funny because I had a guy argue me. Well, he wasn't arguing me down, but we were just debating on some rap shit. And he had Project Pat in his top 5 too. long time ago, and I was like, "You were the first." He said he was better than Jay-Z. Like he that's what he was arguing me. That we did argue at that point.
As a lyricist, yes, Jay-Z's better, but
I wouldn't even mean his favorite.
Right.
He was just like, "This is my favorite," which is fine. That's cool.
You gotta say that though.
Yeah, you have to be clear.
You gotta clarify that.
Yeah.
Should you separate lyricists and
Like a song.
I think that depends on who you're talking to, because sometimes it's go hand in hand.
Okay.
Because our boy Thielen, he's very heavy on lyrics.
Okay.
So if you he give, what do you say, bubble gum and blah blah blah, he not feeling it. So it's kind of like depending on what you looking for.
Yeah.
And I would say more so now than it was back then when we was coming up with the Player Flies and Outkast and things. Like, everybody wasn't the best lyricist, but we was heavy riding with the beat, make your head bob.
Style.
Yeah.
Right.
The whole style.
So, I wouldn't say a lot of people have a whole lot of Southern artists in their top 5 when it comes to lyrics.
Bars and yeah.
Right.
That's somebody that's missing on platforms too, Player Fly. His music gone.
Oh man, look.
Yeah.
YouTube too. It's going off YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, you can't even fall back on YouTube. What I said, because when Drake did the joint with him in 21 and that Player Fly sample at the beginning, I was like, man, let me go listen to some Player. No results found. I'm like, damn.
Well, I know because I follow him on Instagram. He's definitely not pulled the trigger on letting his stuff being streamed.
Okay.
He was like, I need you to go support with the new stuff that I got now before I put the old stuff up. So I know that's on him, but YouTube, I don't.
Man, I couldn't find that.
I'm shocked on that one.
I was looking for Crown in Me so bad, and I couldn't find.
Oh man,
like, dog.
I got an old hard drive, so.
I got good then.
Yeah, I got an old hard drive, so.
You good? You Gucci?
Yeah, that's gonna make you a CD.
So
yeah, let me get a big CD, bro.
Okay, I got you. Right. I got you. What's called Dropbox? Not Dropbox.
Yeah. Good looking.
Yeah.
Sure.
So how do y'all plan on expanding? Do y'all plan on expanding it outside of just the top albums? How y'all plan on doing that?
Yeah, how we plan on doing that?
Secrets.
We trying to get the exclusive.
No, we have a lot of stuff planned. We want to get into decades, get into different genres. No, maybe not different genres, but definitely different avenues of the culture when it comes to fashion, art, things like that. We might even do some Grammy content when the Grammys come around next year. We'll see.
Yeah.
And definitely, like you said, expanding to more times a week.
Yeah.
So we're dropping on Tuesdays right now.
Yeah. We right now it's artists, and so somebody could be watching like, okay, what happened when y'all run out of artists? You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's we kind of already, like she mentioned, there's other lists that can be made based on, you know what I mean? And we've got those for days and days and days, and then eventually expand into the different pillars of culture with sneakers and fashion lists. You know what I'm saying? Sports lists. TV and film, you know what I mean? Like, so there's
that's more audience,
bro. That's
more audience,
but it's all things that we're all into. But generally speaking, you're into at least 2 or 3 of those things. You know what I mean? Like, you may not be into sneakers like that, but you watch movies. You know Friday. You know Boom Boom Boom. You may not really watch TV like that, but you know music and sneakers. You know? So it's kind of like you try to get people on to hit on different points, man. We just want to make like one super dope media conglomerate that touches on everything, man, from our perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's important to us.
All right.
Cool. Would y'all in the future have like guests on there on the show, or is y'all just keeping it
for
like?
Sure?
Yes.
Yeah. We got guests. We have guest content written out because we want to. Bro, it's like this. There's these different YouTube channels that like we're personally into, and we like how they do things. So like, you know, you have a guest and you have like a Q&A, like a typical Q&A type thing, or you can flip it like how maybe GQ does with here's my essentials, or or Architectural Digest, come look at my crib, or Men's Health, here's my workout. But they're being interviewed at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're thinking of ways to do stuff like that a little bit more outside of the box. With them, maybe they react to the list. Maybe they give us their own list of their own rankings, things of that nature. Just flipping it, man.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Bring Epps on the show. He give his top 5.
Exactly.
You scrutinize him for about 30 minutes. Just get at him. I would watch that.
And then there's always the live.
Like he get waterboarded at the same time.
I would love to be on there to
Yeah.
give my personal opinion on some things.
Yeah, we definitely working on expanding it, man.
Yeah.
That's what's
It's
up.
just-
Cool. I'm looking forward to it, 'cause, you know, but I also like, you know, how y'all the comedic aspects that the shade, as I say. That's how I throw. I think God, what's the R&B guy that Cash Money had that was barely on there? What was
TQ.
it? TQ, boy, you threw you threw a Mike Tyson shade on there, boy. I was laughing when I heard
Hey,
it.
man, we try to be respectful. You know, we try to be respectful. Sometimes, man, it's like, hey,
You gotta keep it real,
you gotta keep it 1,000 because we fans at the end of the day.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, so you're not gonna hear a bunch of, man, this shit trash, this shit god. You really not finna like hear a bunch of hot takes like that. But we're gonna say something trash. We probably just finesse it a little bit.
Yeah, some of them you be down, but yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. But no,
We'll move on.
Yeah, but the R&B TQ with Cash Money, that did not work at all.
Really?
Yeah, that wasn't it. All the songs he was on was trash.
No. Maybe that one hit that he featured on, that was about it.
Yeah, but it was quiet though. Other than that,
Yeah, it was crickets.
I don't want to go over our time, but can I ask my question?
Go ahead, go ask your question, man.
Cause you know it's a hot topic right now.
oh shit.
Go ahead.
Y'all canceling him or y'all pausing him? Kanye.
Or just letting it play.
You letting him play? You canceling him or you pausing him? You ain't even got to get into.
No, just tell you how to fit. No, I want to see.
Okay, yeah.
I think-
Gloves off.
I need more information. As in, you mean if I heard his song on the radio, am I skipping the song?
No, we just talking about
Or
Kanye,
like-
period.
Just everything that you got going on as a person,
Yeah,
the whole nine.
Okay. I'm a pause
You gonna pause? Okay.
until further information.
Gotcha.
It could be an indefinite pause, but I'm a pause.
Understood.
Kanye, see, it's different. I'm a huge Kanye West fan.
Yeah.
Huge fan. So I be caping for him even when he be saying the dumb shit.
For real.
Actually, he be making it hard for me to cape when he be saying some stuff I can't even.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like, oh my God, how the hell I'm finna spin this in the group chat? But with that being said, I'm still with him, and the only reason I'm with him is because it hasn't spilled into the music yet. Like, my homeboys mess with me all the time when he had the MAGA hat and doing that goofy shit. They were like, yo, you're not gonna stop listening to him? And I'm like, as soon as he makes MAGA music, then I'm out.
There you go.
But if you listen to the music doesn't reflect the hot takes that he tries to throw out there and get people to talk about, and it doesn't reflect that.
The Cape is getting a lot of reps right now.
It is.
Just saying.
But the day that I hear him,
It's almost making him a contradiction.
exactly. It is, but a lot of people don't. That doesn't get shared. The songs don't get shared like that. The hot takes and the clips and the cuts on the interview and the, you know what I mean, the lightning rods. That's the stuff that gets shared a lot, and so that's what is ingrained in a lot of people's mind. And a lot of stuff he be saying be stupid though. Like, that's my man.
I would buy that too, because the way it is clipped up, they will clip more of the MAGA stuff, but then he'll say some like pro-black stuff, and then they won't share that as much, or saying, oh well, he said that, so he contradicted himself.
They don't even give him that.
Exactly. So,
Because my thing is like, why are these people always interviewing you? Like, are you calling them up saying I want to be on the show? No, I think they just calling him up because they gonna get it for the clickbait, the news, the views, and it's just he draws so much attention.
Did y'all watch the Drink Champs?
Why do you think Nori got the
second one?
parts
Yeah.
of him?
No, I didn't.
See, that's what a lot of people didn't watch it. I only saw about an hour. You know, it's like 8 hours. It's too damn long. Number one, that's first off.
I watched all 3.
Okay, so so did you peep when he said? If you remember, he asked him about. He said he was talking about the word nigga and what it means in the dictionary and all this type of stuff. It means ignorant. And he said, so what we really need to do is we need to enlighten ourselves as black people, come together, mobilize, get on one accord, boom, boom, boom. I had waited to watch the interview because I didn't like the clip. The clips was getting on my nerve. The George Floyd stuff was stupid. I was like, but let me go
And
ahead.
that's the only thing they highlighted.
That's what I'm saying. But
they
that
get you
turned me
mad.
off.
Yeah, they
And the
get you mad though.
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, and that too. But that turned me off from watching it because I'm like, man, I'm getting exhausted hearing these ridiculous takes. But I went ahead and played it because my man was like, yo, you need to check the interview out, man. He kind of saying some stuff, and he's not a fan like that. But I'm like, okay. So he's talking like that. I was like, damn, I wonder why this clip didn't get
You don't have to wonder.
Right.
As soon as you say something about the Jews, they went on and took his endorsements, took this. Took that.
For sure.
That's all they playing is the negative stuff. But on his rant, he'll say some stuff that makes sense
for sure.
And then while he ranting, you'll be like, "What did he just say?"
Yeah,
should have stopped there.
That's part of his fault too, though, because his communication game is lacking.
But also, he's been in the game way too long to be making these types of
outlandish.
Yes, statements. Bro, you already know that everybody's recording everywhere you go. Right. Not only that, if you didn't know, then you married a Kardashian and she has cameras all the time. True. So it's not like you don't have media training. You don't know what you're saying.
You can't train Kanye.
I knew this was gonna make us go. I shouldn't even. But Kanye is a whole episode.
That's a whole episode for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that list though.
Oh yeah.
It's still gonna get.
But that's the one you keep in the pocket.
That's gonna get kept in the pocket. There's another controversial one that people ask.
At least one.
People ask about R. Kelly all the time.
You got to
every video.
Because they pretty much go in the same boat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know though.
Because as much good music R. Kelly does, are you stopping listening to it?
No, his music, but some people have.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I personally haven't, but
we gotta bring them back.
How often does it come up though?
That's true. R. Kelly music ain't popping up like that no more.
No, but if you want to
on shuffle or something, yeah, I'll let it go.
Yeah,
but that get asked a lot, and I'm like, we don't know yet. The jury's still out on
all the stuff he wrote, all the stuff he produced. It's a lot.
I'll pull that out, man.
Yeah.
Man,
cool. But I appreciate y'all coming on the show, man. I really do. This has been a treat.
Yeah. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, yes. This is definitely a treat, man.
It is.
A good time, and
it is.
I'm glad y'all came up. And just once again, just let the audience know where they can find you guys.
Ladies first.
Hi, I am QB JQ Public on Instagram. You can find us at Culturalist Theory on Instagram.
Culturalist Theory on YouTube as well. That's your man CJ Williams. You can find me at animal_brown on Instagram.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And can't forget you.
Should I?
Just going in.
I mean, I am the special guest host.
Yes.
Here for just a limited amount of time. Mr. Austin 777. It's my favorite plane. And I'm everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Amazon, Prime, BT, YouTube.
Don't put it out there.
I shouldn't.
Go on and do it. Yes, go on ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
The price to pay out right now, Amazon Prime. Check it out, $2.99, or you can buy it for $9.99. Check your boy out. And then we got another movie about to drop February. You better be at the premiere too.
If I get an invitation. Yeah,
you're gonna be there. we gonna buy the whole Atlantic Station Regal Cinemas.
I'm right there.
It's an honor being here on Never Play Yourself.
It's the Never Play Yourself podcast. It's your boy P4, and we're on all platforms. We got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Twitter. I think I'm missing one.
I'm out, bro.
Yeah, we on all that.
I ain't got no
more. Your toes, bro.
Hey, follow, subscribe, share, tell everybody about us, and like that, we gone.